Do you want to be iron-willed like John Wick? Then get ready. After this video, you will be. Hello, dear friend. I don't know if you like superhero movies, but I'm a fan, especially my favorite Iron Man. I've loved Iron Man since my childhood. I've been so excited while watching it. I wish I had the abilities he has, but unfortunately, it is not possible for us to have the abilities of those superheroes in real life. But there is a super ability that real people can have in real life, which I think we all have it in some way, and we have the potential to develop it. The name of that ability is willpower. In this video, I will talk to you about willpower training and willpower development methods. Let's start if you are ready. First of all, what is willpower? Let me tell you briefly. Willpower is a power of resistance. That is, you want to take something out of your life. You want to take something into your life. Change is always painful. That's what we call the willpower of the human being's ability to resist this pain, this resistance to change. For example, you want to eat a lot of food and you want to lose weight, but you are overweight. When you are a strong-willed person, it is much easier to reach the ideal version of yourself. So how can a person improve their willpower? We need to start by doing a due diligence first. What do you need? Now, if you are watching this video, you probably think there is something you can improve about willpower. So what do you want? What should an ideal you be like? Think about it. You need to clarify it. And if you don't know exactly what it is, it cannot move forward clearly. For example, you can say, I want to feel good. But where do you want to feel good? You want to be rich. But where do you want to be rich? What is your purpose for it? What is the intention behind it? So what will happen when you become rich? You want to be healthy, or you want to look beautiful. You need to make it very specific. And what is stopping you when you want to do these things? You need to think about these questions a little bit. I think the person who wants to develop his willpower basically needs to find the weakest link of himself, where the rope breaks in you, where you fail, where you give up. And if you find this weak link, at least we can build our construction site there and develop ourselves from there. But if you don't know where you are lacking, general prescriptions prepared for everyone will not benefit you. You may think that you have no willpower from videos like these, but maybe I can say this, based on what I said a little earlier. Maybe you are driving on a summer road with winter tires, trying to drive on a snowy road with summer tires. If you are applying wrong methods from a lane that is not suitable for you, maybe you have a really strong willpower, or it is very open to development. But you think you have no willpower until today because you apply the wrong methods. What I said is very, very important. It is not possible to develop your willpower without thinking about it a little bit. First of all, there is something I always say. The willpower is like a muscle. We need to learn to push ourselves a little bit at first. Now think about the things you enjoy doing in daily life. I mean, maybe you eat sweets. Maybe you are lazy. You sleep at noon. You take naps. There are sweet things that you like, such small getaways. Sweet things that you like. It is not bad, but it is not super good. It is the things that you like very much. If you want to develop your willpower, I suggest you put a little bit of obstacle to these little things that you like, because the issue of willpower development starts with the skill of hedonistic procrastination. You keep yourself about the things you do so easily in daily life. For example, you are in a very nice place, a nice dessert came, don't eat that dessert. Or for example, you want to sleep, you came home in the evening. If you don't sleep normally, maybe you will do something more productive. It's not time to sleep that day. For example, don't sleep. Or there is a series on TV. Don't watch that series one day. Don't watch social media one day. Put distance between the things that give you a little pleasure. If you prevent yourself, you have improved yourself a little in this regard. Are you really able to restrain yourself about these small things? You spend willpower energy from willpower storage. Now, which issues do you decide about in your life? I see that people who normally have strong willpower cannot spend their energy on small decisions. What do I mean? For example, what I will wear and what I will eat, what time I will get up in the morning, how I should behave when someone treats me like this. We need to make a decision in advance for small decision-making situations that we encounter in the routine of life. Don't think about what to wear on which day anymore. So you have a standard, a routine for a situation that bothers you. If it is not something very extreme, you have principles. Someone wants to borrow money. So if you have standards and principles, such as I will give it, or I will not give it, or I will give this amount, these will prevent you from thinking about this issue over and over again. If you think about every little detail, if you think about it towards the end of the day, you realize that you have weakened in matters that require willpower that you have to resist, and suddenly the things you want to change have suddenly returned to their old state, like the old state of the tire, because you have no strength left. So make small decisions. Ardan have standards and principles to get rid of such situations. These technology billionaires, in vain. They do it a little bit. They wear the same clothes all the time. Of course, there is also the show part of it, but I think it makes sense. I mean, sitting and thinking about what to wear every day may seem like a small thing, but it can really tire you out. And one of the methods that works very well in terms of will training is the 10-minute rule. Now, this is such an issue that it is something you have to do. For example, you will do sports, you will study, you will tidy up the house, and you want to do this at that moment, but you can't afford it. That is, you can't start it, because when you think about it, it grows in your eyes, but it is an interesting thing. Give yourself 10 minutes. If you don't want to do something, give that action a chance for only 10 minutes. Study for 10 minutes. Do sports for 10 minutes. It may or may not come back. You will still be in profit for 10 minutes, but you will see that what you start for 10 minutes usually comes back. This does not only apply to things we want to do, but cannot do. For example, getting rid of a bad habit. Let's say you want to eat. Your eating habit, your smoking habit. When you take a break from these attacks will force you to attack. They will overwhelm you so much. You will want to smoke a lot. But if we seek that intense attack in some way, we will start eating again. Or somehow that laziness, smoking, in such a situation. When a feeling comes, say, I will be patient with myself for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Then if I still have the same level of desire, then I can do it again. But you will notice that when you apply this rule, most of the time after 10 minutes, it will not be at the same level, and you will put your willpower much stronger. The 10-minute rule really works very well. I observe that people are much stronger in terms of willpower. What I mean is that you push your body, for example. You want to get up early in the morning. You do little exercises like this. You pay attention to what you eat and drink. You don't eat junk food. If you pay attention to little things like that, you really become very strong in other areas of your life. You don't necessarily need to go to the gym. You don't necessarily need to diet, but you should have rules. So when you get up in the morning, do a mini exercise like this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Do sit-ups, or do stretches like this, or remove junk food from your life. Don't drink cola for a certain period of time. Don't drink acidic drinks. Such rules are more serious than you ever imagined other areas of your life. It will affect you positively in a sense, and you will realize that you are stronger and more resilient to other things. I recommend you to apply it. As I said, one of the biggest mistakes we fall into in terms of will training is that one of the biggest mistakes we fall into when we are on a road, it can break that road in the meantime. So we have set a rule, something that we will apply every day. So this can be eating, it can be studying, it can be walking. While a lot of things are going in the order you think and the order we want, sometimes we can disrupt that order for a day or two. Most people do this in such situations. It has already deteriorated, let me leave it now. No, this disintegration and deterioration situation happens to all of us. You can make up for it. Continue from where you left off. Let it stay messy, then a little extra. You make an effort and somehow tolerate that scattered part. But if you expect an uninterrupted and perfect course, you will give up very quickly. If you put this in your head, you will see that you have much more self-discipline and you are much more stable. There is a method that I use to use our willpower effectively in the flow of daily life. I want to recommend it to you as well. In routine work, that is, in the tasks that I have to do, in the natural flow of life related to business life, I do the most difficult one first. I do things in a more motivated and enjoyable way. My head relaxes. But if I have bigger dreams, if I have big projects, I do their first step in the easiest way. That is, I don't start with the hardest. I start with the hardest in daily routines. I start with the smallest step in big dreams, if you keep your willpower in a stable state. If you want, you can apply this method to your life. You need to remember this, especially when you are mailed to quit like this, when everything is difficult, when you think that your old self is much easier and more comfortable. Remember why you set out and continue to do what you need to do. This is the most important issue. When I remember the issues I have shown in my life, I usually remember that I was very excited at the beginning of these, but I remember that I had difficulty in the long marathon part, and continuing, despite the difficulty, strengthens our willpower muscle the most. One of the things, so are you a strong-willed person? Or what do you do to be strong-willed? Or what do you think you are weak-willed about? You can share your comments with us in the comments section. In the meantime, if you like this video, don't forget to like it, and don't forget to subscribe if you are not subscribed to my channel. These are forgotten because these are also small motivations that work for us and make us enjoy it with more pleasure. Be very good to yourself. Beautiful person, goodbye.